What's up, everybody? It's your boy DC coming to you from that grind house. Welcome into Hater Nation. This is gonna be the third upload of the day. That is October 17th, and Madden has come up with a new patch. They want to call them title updates because I don't think they like, saying that it's a patch, because then they have to admit that they did something wrong. But it is what it is. It's a patch to the game. Okay. And of course, they start out to ensure, blah, 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 the same things that they have always been saying to ensure that, they keep the best. But no one really cares. All right. So key highlights to the game is going to be, new X Factor players. We're just going to skim through these. We're not going to really get into them. New X Factor players is going to be Dalvin Cook, running back for the Vikings, who's going to replace Melvin Gordon. First one, free jukebox and inside zone guru. The next is going to be Jaire Alexander, and he's going to be replacing Ben Roethlisberger. Man up and acrobat, very interesting. I don't know what that is, but okay. I don't know what acrobat ability is. Chris Jones is going to be replacing Cam Newton. I don't particularly like that because you guys know I use Cam Newton. Now it's not going to change in franchise, but we'll get into that later in the update of the game. And then updated superstar players: Cooper Kupp, Calvin Byard, Shaquille Barrett, and all these guys. I'm not going to really go through them, but these are the guys they upgraded. And then they downgraded Melvin Gordon to just a regular superstar, and they downgraded Ben Roethlisberger to a superstar. So he's not going to lose all his abilities. He's just going to lose his X Factor. Excuse me, his X Factor ability. Downgraded superstar that are no longer equipped with abilities, which is Leighton Vander Esch. I don't particularly like that one. I think that he's still playing well, but they downgraded him. Cam Newton, downgraded him because he's hurt completely. Stephon Diggs, downgraded him. Marshawn Lattimore, Tariq Cohen, and Baker Mayfield. Those guys have been downgraded completely. And then this is the bullshit reason why that they did this. Superstar X Factor reshuffling is a part of ongoing continuous development plan to keep the rosters and players as up to date as possible with the events of the current NFL season. These updates will apply to the front end of rosters for online head-to-head games. The reshuffles will not impact the existing franchise leagues, as those leagues are already in progress with their own performance, progression, and regression, and will not apply to new franchise league created with the pre-season roster option. So basically what that's saying is even though, they did some reshuffling, they're not going to go into franchises and change them. And then if you want to do preseason roster option, you can still start with those X Factors, with Cam Newton and Ben Roethlisberger being X Factor. So that's kind of that. New X Factor abilities. If you guys really want to get into them, I read them, but if you want to get into them, you guys can go ahead and read them yourself online. We're not going to really dive into them, but protective custody and Most. Don't particularly like Most. I don't like anything that just seems like it's going to be OP. That's going to be OP. Then Lumberjack, out my way. Goal line stuff, inside stuff, and no outsiders are going to help on the in the run game if you have those guys that have superstar abilities on your D-line. So if you don't have any superstar abilities on your D-line, you're still probably going to have issues with the run. But that's what they look like they did in order to combat the run, is beef up this whole superstar ability. As long as they don't have to be X Factors, as long as they have these abilities, Superstar is going to help you on the inside runs, the outside runs, and goal line runs as well. And then Tank, which is a Rob Gronkowski X Factor or superstar ability or whatever. So That's the superstar abilities that they created. Like, I just think that they're going way too overboard. I'm okay with you making abilities, just don't make absolution, and you know, kind of tune it where it's fair. So with this one that is Moss, which if you don't know what Moss is, why are you playing Madden, right? Moss is what Randy Moss used to do to guys, but he wasn't that consistent. He just used to do it. It wasn't like you could throw it up to him every single time. This is Madden, okay? I don't want people overusing these abilities like armbar. It just gets overused. Yes, Ezekiel Elliott will armbar somebody, but it's not to the point where it's every single time he runs the freaking ball. That's the only thing I don't want to see, but of course with Moss it's going to happen. Lumberjack, whatever. Out my way, but goal line stuff, inside stuff, no outsiders. It's gonna be hard to run the ball if those guys have superstars. Of course, and then you got the tank, and then it says all new abilities will be available in Ultimate Team and Superstar KO. For new existing franchise leagues, abilities will be added in future patches. Now they say title updates. I'm gonna say patch. You know I'm gonna say patch. Global updates are normally the same. They are Ravens field art. They're updating that. Awesome. Franchise updates. It was a bunch of updates that I really didn't think that was that important. Fix the issue causing players from downloaded draft class. Like what? Fix the issue causing leagues injury records to be deleted. Like why? Fix the issue with the menu. Creating a new cloud franchise league using real life rosters. What? Some of these is just dumb. Like this shouldn't even have happened. Added warnings for coaches about to save settings when switching between offense and defense in the auto subs menu. Okay. Updated players that are last chance players that will enter free agency the following week if not re-signed to now be listed as 0 years remaining in the team's salary menu. Fixed an issue causing the retire text to say undrafted when the face of the franchise QB1 user was cut from a team. To me, they updated that. It's just like, even with it, I played it. It could be a little bit more involved. It's just like they were really lazy on that. I'm really close to playing in my Super Bowl, I think, and then I'm gonna be done with it. Like, it's not fun as far as interaction goes. You know, I want a ton of interaction, and it's not giving me a ton of I want to feel like I'm a freaking superstar. I want to feel like I'm the face of the franchise. You know, make it more interactive. That's all I'm asking for. Presentation updates. No one really cares. Okay, now we're getting into the gameplay updates, the meat and potatoes of what everybody wants to hear. Reintroduced stumbling for ball carriers in specific situations. We have re-enabled the functionality that causes ball carriers to stumble when running into traffic in specific situations. We have isolated stumbling to situations where they are necessary, but we'll continue to monitor and take feedback around more situations that may require ball carrier stumbles. So basically they had the ball stumble where you could hit forward or back to readjust your running back. I thought it was nice because it kind of helped your guy slow down. Where they don't have that anymore, the game is OP. They're really trying to figure out how to make it balanced without overdoing it. And I think they think adding that will help. We'll see how that goes. I know when he's stumbling, it can make him a little bit slower, but if he is one juke and he scores, it's not gonna matter. And that's my issue. It's been my issue for a while, is they only need to hit one juke and guys get the flying, but they don't have unjukeable. You know what I'm saying? Or unfakeable. That's one of the abilities that I wanted for DBs. And to me, if you're a star, you should have abilities. I feel like if you're a star, if you are a superstar or superstar X Factor or whatever, like, you should have abilities. The only people that shouldn't have abilities is normal development guys and slow development. Now they took away slow development. Now it's just normal, star, superstar, X Factor. But they need to bring back slow development. Just my opinion. All right, so we're gonna keep going here. Tuning to reduce frequency of auto broken tackles versus AI controlled and user controlled defenders when using consecutive tackles on competitive game style. This tuning will significantly decrease the frequency of rating based broken tackles on competitive game styles. On competitive game style, with an even lower chance of broken if the conservative tackle is being performed by a user controlled defender. Consecutive tackles can be used via the mechanic and or by running into the ball carrier to initiate a tackle interaction. So basically what that means is when you go to tackle somebody, you don't have to hit the button, which I already knew that. You don't have to hit the conservative tackle button. You can just run into them and it will conservative tackle. The problem is that the open field is a little bit funny because you're trying to prepare for the juke, but then they don't juke and they can just move left and just completely fake you out, even without it being a one-cut guy. So they're tuning this to really help that. We're going to see how that goes. I don't know. Tuning to prevent auto broken tackles when the ball carrier is using the cover ball mechanic on competitive game styles, excluding hit sticks. And tuning to prevent the ball carrier from retaining top speed while using the cover ball mechanic on competitive style gameplay. So simulation mode, you can still do it, I guess. Maybe it was never like that in simulation. But, you know, you could just do the cover ball mechanic and still run as fast as you would if you weren't. Something I really did not like. I really dislike that because to me, at that point, just make them cover up and never cause a fumble, ever. Like, it was kind of stupid, but looked like they changed that where you don't retain top speed, you will start to slow down. Added functionality to receiver zone abilities, rack 'em up, double me, and max security so that they will beat the press versus man coverage when in the zone. All right, so basically, I like man-to-man this year. I don't like that they did that. Man-to-man, they could still cover even if you pressed them. If you press one over the top, like, they would still be able to cover, but I'm assuming not so much anymore, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Tuning to slightly increase block shed speed from the run stuffer zone ability when in the zone. Tuning to slightly increase block shed speed for the run stuffer zone ability when in the zone. Okay. Tuning to reduce the situations where AI controlled players are allowed to cause fumbles on competitive game style. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but you know, from the community, I guess a lot of people, you guys are complaining about it, so they put that in there. You know, it's too much of an impact for players, I guess. I don't know. To me, the run game needs to be fixed immediately. But hey, this is based on player feedback. Yep, Madden players have expressed the AI controlled defenders have too much of an impact. Yeah, too much of an impact. I guess I don't know. I'm impartial to it. Like, it happens. Fumbles are fumbles. Fixed an issue that prevented offense from snapping the ball with a player in motion while the defense was resetting the play. I don't know. I never dealt with that. You guys may have, but I didn't. Okay. Fixed an issue with inaccurate sky kicks near the sideline to be frequently recovered by the kicking team. This has come to be known in the community as the scum kick. I'm glad they fixed this because it really kind of was unfair. I had a guy try it on me. It did not work, but he tried it 3 or 4 times, but you know, I actually went up and recovered it myself. It's kind of hard because especially on kickoffs, you don't really have too much control over where your guy runs. So if you pick it in certain spots, like, it's almost an unfair advantage to you. So I'm glad that they changed that. I'm glad they listened to the community there. Tuning to fix an issue with quarterback Ben Roethlisberger's short and medium passes, animations to the left. Never played with him. Fix an issue sometimes cause a player to freeze on the ground after getting tackled by feet. Okay, I've seen it, but like that's not that big of a deal. I guess there's just something they wanted to fix. Fix an issue allowing AI controlled defenders to make an interception versus gambler ability in specific multiplayer catch situations. Okay, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I never, like I said, anything that's absolute, like you can't throw picks to AI defenders. Like, that's stupid. Once I'm in the zone, I won't ever throw a pick. I can just throw it all I want. Like, I don't know, it's kind of dumb. Fixed an issue sometimes causing the kickoff animation to misalign during onside kick attempt by the AI controlled team. It sound like it needed to be fixed. Sound like it don't need to be in the game. Anyway, fixed an issue causing coach cam play art to display incorrect on strong open slot zone alert bubble. Okay, so they fixed the camera. Sometimes that will be a bit weird, like you get messed up by the camera and you can't really defend correctly. It is really the disadvantage when you roll out of the pocket, and I've literally had people roll out the pocket and throw completely to the other side of the field, and I just be like, there's nothing I really can do because I can't get over there fast enough. He knows he's open, but I do not. Fixed an issue causing a missed handoff while using the audible end around plays. Tuning to improve pass lead down on slant routes. Okay, I'm glad that they fixed that. So that's pretty much it for the updates. Ultimate Team updates. I'm not an Ultimate Team guy. Superstar KO looked like it got Snoop Dogg, which is kind of dope. They also added Rob Gronkowski, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and Ray Lewis. KO draft pool on defense, I'm assuming, which is Chris Jones, Jerry Alexander, and Dalvin Cook. Okay, so they added additional superstars in the KO. Presentation, don't care about. And then where's Mutt? Mutt added functionalities for players. Get currency refunds for superstar abilities. Updated coach round. Additional coach round has been added to the end of the draft with options to choose a new playbook. Interesting. We'll read this. Update to Mutt draft coach round. An additional coach round has been added to the end of the draft with the option to choose a new playbook. Choose one of the 3 playbooks in the first round, the first coach round. Then they have the option to choose a new playbook from 3 new choices in final coach round for a total of 6 playbook options. Increase the chance of getting a particular playbook from 9.3% to 18.7%. And then they updated some like this. Okay. All right, so I mean, they didn't really specifically say anything that they did dealing with the run, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I mean, hopefully it's gotten better. That's the only thing that you can hope for, but we'll see. You know, we only gonna know when we get in the game and see what else they broke, because they're good at trying to fix something and then breaking something else. So, and this is the biggest thing for me particularly with this. So you don't always have to fix the game. If it's not broken, you don't have to fix it. The zones are not broken. A lot of people want to say these zones are broken. The zones are not broken. The zones play like zones play. They don't play perfect. Everybody wants the zones to play perfect. I just want them to adjust to what someone is doing. So if I have a curl flat and he in a cover 3 sky, first of all, the only issue I have is the outsides. Bring back the cover 3 Mabel. That's first. Second, in a cover 3 sky, I want those purple zones to play up high. If it's a sky, if it's a regular cover 3, they can play the underneath. They can play over the top, depending on what they want to do. But in a cover 3 sky, they should play 15 to 20 yards down for guys in that area. Like, you shouldn't just be sitting 15 yards down like an idiot. But in real football, they kind of do that. So it's kind of like a catch-22, because that's how you see open receivers when they take the top off the defense. So it's a catch-22. I'd like it to be adjusted or have some plays like the cover 3 Mabel, bring that back where they would adjust, or if I call a hard flat, let the guy play over the top. And that's kind of what I would like to see. I think the zones play fine. I just think the running game is broken. I mean, last night I played a guy and he put up 48 points, 420 yards rushing. I mean, he ended up beating me 48-41. But like, he didn't really he just kept running one play and my guys could not stop it. And then he took it to the house and I'm looking like a complete idiot. Like, I just can't stop his run. That's broken. Like, it should never be a point where all he has to do is call one play and he can score consistently. I understand runs get off, but just look at an NFL game and see how many times you see, check this Sunday, see how many times you see a guy run the ball and not get touched in a game. He did it because he ran a glitchy play. He did it 8 times and scored every single time, or 7 times and scored every single time. And then in the end, when I didn't have enough time, I finally found a defense to shut it down. You know, it's that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Always remember, embrace the hate and hate everybody.